pretty soon, but we have a lot of things that we're going to eliminate and permanently eliminate. You know, one of the things that we have is some advantage, you could say, but because of the shutdown, which I think they made a big mistake, we're able to take out billions and billions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse, and they've handed it, on a silver platter. And Russell Vought, he's a serious person, very serious person, and he's sitting there and he's getting ready to cut things.
Donald Trump just said the quiet part out loud. Again, he's celebrating Americans losing their jobs, calling Democrats leaderless, and even mocking a U.S. Congresswoman by comparing her to Somalia. This is not leadership. This is cruelty, disguised as politics. Because here's what Trump's really doing. Deflection. He blames Democrats, calls them weak, says they have no leader. Classic Trump playbook. When he fails, he points fingers. When he loses control, he attacks. And when he's cornered by his own chaos, he lies. He says the Democrats remind him of Somalia. Let's call that what it is. Racism, plain and simple. He was talking about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, an elected American leader, a refugee who built a life here, a woman who represents millions. And Trump's response? Mock her heritage, insult her country, and suggest she doesn't belong here. That's not a joke. That's a pattern. At a time when millions of Americans are worried about paying their bills, keeping their jobs, and putting food on the table, Donald Trump stands at the White House next to a foreign leader and brags that a substantial number of jobs will be permanently lost. Permanently lost. Those are his words, not the words of compassion, not the words of a president who cares. He's calling economic pain a balanced budget. He's framing layoffs as eliminating waste. He's celebrating suffering like it's some kind of political victory. And if that doesn't make your blood boil, it should. Remember Charlottesville? Very fine people on both sides. Remember, go back where you came from. Remember the Muslim ban, the family separations, the cages, the cruelty. This is who he's always been. He governs by division. He leads by fear. And he thrives on chaos. But this time, this shutdown, it's not just talk. It's real people losing real jobs. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers furloughed. Families wondering when their next paycheck will come. Small businesses holding their breath. And Trump says, good. Because in his twisted math, if people suffer, he looks strong. If government breaks, he gets power. If democracy stumbles, he wins. But here's the truth he doesn't want you to hear. This shutdown didn't happen because of Democrats. It happened because of Trump's ego, because he refused to compromise, because his obsession with control always comes before the American people. He says he's cutting waste. But the waste is his corruption. The waste is the billions lost in tax breaks for the ultra-rich. The waste is the time this country has spent cleaning up his mess. And let's not forget, every shutdown he's ever touched has ended the same way, with him backing down, with Americans paying the price, with no lessons learned. So let's be crystal clear. This is not about budgets. This is not about partisanship. This is about values. Do we stand for cruelty or for compassion? Do we let a man who mocks workers, refugees, and democracy define our future? Or do we finally say enough because we see through it? The chaos, the blame, the hate. It's all the same con. They said he was a businessman. He's a wrecking ball. They said he was tough. He's just cruel. They said he'd drain the swamp. He is the swamp. And now he's telling the American people to accept permanent job loss as progress. We won't. Donald Trump can mock, divide, and threaten, but he can't erase the truth. America is bigger than one man's ego, stronger than his cruelty, and more united than his hate. We've seen his playbook, and it ends with accountability, because democracy fights back, because truth fights back, and because we, the people, won't back down. Not now, not ever.